Hey guys, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. We are going to head into the western side and then move on from there. And then once we clear out this section, then we'll come back and go downstairs to that room that we saw but didn't go into.
Blessed be the road that we take.
Okay. More cultists. Okay.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
Blind mad woman.
Pay attention.
More traps.
Cast your eye there. Nothing escapes my sight.
Hopefully we get free XP from this. 28. That's pretty good.
I better myself through my service. The Emperor favors me today.
Might get that level up.
Duty prevails.
Yep. Managed to pick up the level up. That's pretty good. Okay, let's see. Range weaponry cargo. Melee weaponry. Armor kit. Holy gifts. Miscellaneous cargo. Yeah, that can go there. Jewelry. Holy gifts. %. I guess we're just putting that in there. Go over by a little bit. Oh, okay. More holy gifts. Really? Did I don't know if I stuffed something up or not. That was a bit weird. This is melee weaponry. 7%. Drop that in there, I guess. Range weaponry cargo. Ship components. Range weaponry. You have to split this surely. Where's the armor now? What was that? Range weaponry? 60%. I think we're going to end up going over because of that. That's a bit annoying. Range weaponry, 90%, so... Unfortunately, I don't think we'll move anything, so that goes, yeah. That sucks, but... we can't split them at this point.
Whatever you wish.
Okay. Just loot the guy that she's praying or mourning or what? I'm not sure. Okay. There are guys over here that need to be taken out.
if such is the Emperor's will.
Mechanical door. Save it here.
My success is an
35.
irrefutable certainty. Anything worthy of my attention?
There's gonna be a fight here? Yes, there is. Ah, triggered the fight. Never mind. That's fine. Oh, I triggered something. I think it can end up being a fight, but we'll see. Stop talking and embrace redemption. Our children have gained true sight while you still believe the lie. Upon seeing you, the man points his weapon at you. The other insurgents do the same. Who are you and why are you here? Are all these people your family? All of my adopted and blood children are here. I raised them all as my own, and now I must protect them, help them see. His mind and soul are pierced by shards of colourful deception. Hues once twisted by despair and the Immaterium's influence can never be the same again. A layperson, cognition is not your primary function. You are saving your kin by holding them at gunpoint and believe that burning their eyes will grant them sight. It is evident that the author of the demagogic teaching that confused you meant to make a mockery of your deplorable intellect. To cast your own children into the thrall of heresy, to drown your progeny in this filth with your own hands. No, you tell me, who are you and what are you doing to these unfortunates? I'm the chief. My former name, Harold, is meaningless now. I'm a father leading his family to deliverance from woes to salvation. Aurora has opened my eyes to the truth and my children will see it. Harold, spare us, spare your children. Okay, there's a logic. 90%. Let's... normally I would go for the skill check, but I think for being benevolent, we might choose this dialogue option. What you are doing is no salvation. Stop taking your fear out on the innocent. It will neither ease your suffering nor rid you of fear. But all I wanted was to save. The man drops his weapon and covers his face with his hand in desperation. You hear several short sobs. There's no washing the blood from your hands, but you could at least let us go, Harold, the ones you haven't mutilated yet. The old man gestures to the other insurgents who lower their weapons, then he shifts his gaze to you, trying to hold back tears. What happens to us now? Your family may go, and so may you, but make sure I do not ever see you again. The hostages begin to leave, and soon the group disappears around one of the bends. The old man looks away from them and walks in the opposite direction. His shoulders shake with sobs every now and then. Okay.
This master-crafted patella augment is not fit
Lots of
for a
traps.
servitor.
I better myself through my service.
Save it here. Let's choose Argenta. Ooh, don't run into the trap.
I've never wandered so much before.
Right, let's quick save it here. Okay, more cargo. Holy gifts, provisions, miscellaneous. Holy gifts, let's just take them all. No need to sort through them, I guess.
Ahead.
Command center. Okay. Anything over here? Goods in this stall are a stark contrast to the rest of the nearby shops. The jars are labelled all-purpose synth powder, fills you up to no matter what, made in Necromunda's best factories. Okay. Don't think there's anything. Is there anything down here? Let's have a bit of a look. Can we not drop down from here? What's going on? Oh, it's blocked. Okay. That's interesting. No, I don't think we can get down there. Alright, let's just go... Idira? Okay. What did we see? Uh-huh. Okay. Down here. More cargo. Alright.
Calculating optimal route.
Okay. Nothing here, there's nothing over here, okay. Interesting. Used to be able to go in through there, but I guess not anymore.
The sooner we start.
Alright, let's deal with the level ups now. Tech use, logic, lore, Empyrean, awareness. Intelligence, perception, weapon skill, let's go ballistic skill. Okay. Epicenter of slaughter. Do I want epicenter of slaughter or do I want something else? Swift movements, nimble. Let's get nimble. Weapon skill, toughness, strength. We need strength so that we can pick up heavy armor proficiency. Awareness 60. Tech use. Medicae, Lore Imperium, Lore Xenos. So we've got another. Get someone else with awareness. What do we want now? Willpower, perception. I guess we'll go with perception. Okay. Rapid reload. We have Rack and Ruin. More. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains plus 10 plus 2 times ballistic skill bonus % more damage for their next attack in the current combat. Okay. Crippled arm is hurting her. Camaraderie. For each adjacent ally, the soldier deals quite a bit more damage. Okay. Fired up. Whenever the soldier deals damage, their critical damage is increased by 1% until the end of combat. Okay. Swift slaughter. I think we'll go second skin. Yeah, it does not reduce that. Agility or perception. Let's go agility. Okay, now Cassia. Persuasion. Commerce. Law. Let's go with persuasion. Fellowship. Willpower. Perception. Fellowship. Boost the officer abilities a bit. Tech use, logic, Lorzinus or Imperium. Logic, yeah. Give him logic, intelligence, perception. Weapon skill. Perception. Okay, that's done. Let's save it.
I'll
And
guide
move
your
into the
vessel
command
and
center.
lead you on your way.
Have a bit of dialogue and access to hopefully to another shop. I reached the command center. Greece. Right, let's save it here. Interact with this thing. The cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced. Not a single key is jammed, and fresh seals with prayers to Omnissiah adorn its surface. One of the side panels has been removed. Bundles of gold-notched cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago. Awaiting access code, tech use 25. Force access to the cogitator. You have bypassed the security layers. The cogitator is ready to reveal its secrets. Nice. Go to Sacred Computations 7825M. On Logus Abel's orders, the archives of every Augur station of Rykad Minoris and the two primary satellites of Rykad Star have been queried. Said satellites are named Magos Maruf and Zephyre the Keen, after two great champions of faith whose external cogitators were placed inside the satellite's cores after their shells perished. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Lodges is to uncover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency. Computation result positive, multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ships moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred Augur's eyes. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived 2 Rykad Menorah cycles ago early in the winter. The most recent one arrived a month ago. Augur is sensor technology that allows void ships to scan planets, spot enemies, and obtain various other kinds of crucial data at great distances. Lodges Abel's conclusion that insurrection on the planet had been long in the making with the participation of external actors. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago Aurora arrived in the Rykad system, the rumoured unholy prophet of the insurgents. The subsequent ship movements can be attributed to weapon deliveries, but what is the nature of their activity near Rykadi Philia? Governor Medina's attention must be drawn to... That's it. Okay, go to recent observations. The satellite Magos Maruf reports that the ship's signal has been broadcast throughout the system. Its signature is consistent with the records of the flagship of a rogue trader dynasty, House von Valancius. The satellite Zephyre the Keen reports that a ship drifting nearby has hurriedly sped away. The ship had sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent-controlled areas of the surface of Rykad Minoris. Another transmission was directed to planetoid Rykadi Philia. Both transmissions were signed Brother Twilight. Their contents could not be decrypted. Let's check out to be investigated. The entry contains planet-side coordinates marked as heavy auger station jamming, possibly a hidden insurgent base. Okay, that's all we have. Save it there. Let's go talk to the tech priest. Painfully thin tech priest turns sharply toward you. The sudden movement makes his chromed medics briefly clang. His grey eyes set under furrowed brows almost blend into the pale skin of his face, and he levels you with a heavy dour stare. Identification: Unit Lotus Quartz Crane, official trade representative of the Explorer Cognizance fleet. The unit supervises supply routes in the Rykad system, ensures the security of the combat arsenal, performs commercial transactions, and secures mutually beneficial contracts. When the tech priest notices Pascal, his eyes widen. His Vox unit immediately lets out a string of screeching Banaric, a tortuously long tirade in which the volume rises and falls seemingly at random. When it is finally over, the Omnissiah's servant bows his head in deference. Unit Quartz Crane requests permission to transfer information. The rogue trader possesses a supreme degree of power. Potential to influence the current leadership, the ability to restore order in the Rykad system. Pascal, what was that? A detailed complaint. I recommend you consider Unit Quartz Crane's request to transfer information. Permission to transfer information granted. What do you wish to tell me? Tech Priest says sharply and curtly. Haphazard and careless decisions on the part of the Rykad Minoris governor have led to unacceptable consequences. Communication with the Adeptus Mechanicus Sanctum has been lost. Troops must be sent to the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium without delay. Restoring communication with the Electro Priests and ensuring the Sanctum's security are our top priorities. You are the head of a rogue trader dynasty. Your position enables you to exert influence and pressure on the subjects of the Imperium. Unit Quartz Crane requests assistance. The actions of Governor Faisal Rykadi Ab Medina of Coronis must be influenced. Demand that troops be sent to the holy monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I observe that this world's authorities lack diligence in the performance of their duties. This statement is true. United in their denunciations and brimming with righteous criticism, the pair in red exchange knowing nods. I will discuss it with the governor. Unit Quartz Crane is grateful. The rogue trader is highly likely to successfully influence the future actions of the local authorities. What is the Cognizance fleet doing in the Rykad system? The Cognizance fleet's presence in the Rykad system is negligible. Its research activities in the system have been concluded. A limited presence is maintained for the purposes of logistical support, fulfillment of vows to maintain the Omnissiah's creations, spiritual oversight. You are an explorator, aren't you? What are you doing here? Retrieving archived data. Over 70 Terran years ago, the governor of Rykad Minoris and authorized representatives of the Explorer Cognizance fleet made an agreement. Its goal was mutual benefit through cooperation. Unit Lotus Quartz Crane is the fleet's appointed trade agent. The unit is responsible for maintenance of the arsenal and the combat machinery. Blessed are the armorers, for there can be no Imperium without them. Blessed are the valiant warriors, for there is no end to darkness without them. The Omnissiah's servants exchange short Banaric mantras filled with intimidating solemnity. Alright, show me your arsenal. I accept the commercial transaction. Profit factor is a measure of your status, wealth, and power as a rogue trader. Its value is determined by your trade connections, income of your holdings, treasury, and loans, both to and from you. The value of your profit factor is displayed in the bottom right corner of the inventory screen. While traveling, your character will use profit factor for buying items and completing colonial projects. Profit factor is not spent on purchases and transactions. Instead, its level determines your ability to conclude transactions. Profit factor can grow or diminish. Its growth is primarily influenced by major trade deals, and it's decreased by investments in colonial projects. Equipment, weapons, and other items can be found at vendors of various factions throughout the Coronis Expanse. To trade with them, profit factor and reputation are required. They are not spent on purchases, but their level, one or both at once, affects the range of goods available to you. Reputation is a measure of the rogue trader's relationship with the different factions of the Coronis Expanse. The higher the reputation with a faction, the wider the range of goods available from its representative. To increase your reputation with a particular faction, complete their trade orders and transfer valuable cargo to their representatives. Okay, so that's kind of what I suspected. When the wearer kills a target with an exploit using a single or dead-eye shot, the nearest enemy immediately gains 1 exploit. Well, it's free, so we'll take it. Well, not free, but we meet the requirements. Mazoa pattern bolt pistol. Modified bolter. Okay. Stabilizing braces. When the wearer uses run and gun, they gain agi bonus divided by 2 bonus damage on their range attacks. Frag grenade. Modified las gun is level 4. Metronome. If the wearer didn't spend a movement during their turn, they gain +10 to all their characteristics next. Interesting. So it's level 4. First aid manual. Using any medikit costs -1 AP less, but no less than 0. Needle ring. A ring weapon that fires a single sliver needle coated with a viral toxin. Can only be used once per combat. This attack deals from 1 to 3 damage and has 30 armor penetration. Okay. Modified lasgun, single shot burst fire. Well, okay, we can up the reputation a bit. Holy gifts. Okay, traded that. Psychic body glove. The wearer ignores the first critical hit damage in combat. Base armor property +3 times psi rating percentage dodge if the wearer's willpower is more than 40. Okay. Frag grenade, modified bolter. Let's take them all. So we need to increase profit factor before we can get anything else. Rightio. Alright, let's save it here and let's talk to the governor. Faisal Rykad Ab Medina Af Coronis, governor of this star system, welcome to my temporary headquarters. The man's gaze falls on Abelard, his eyes slightly narrow. Viserion. Governor Medina, my greetings. The governor's expression changes drastically when he sees Cassia. Lady Navigator, what an honor. I never thought that House Orcelio would grace our world with a visit. I only wish I could have received you under different circumstances. Cassia purses her lips and an echo of grief knocks the wind out of those present. House Orcelio is grateful for the support that you have provided to Urak 5 these many years. I'm not seeing the convoy I'd sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that is so, I promise you that punishment will be swift and severe. What a curious exchange of pleasantries. Is there some kind of discord between you and Abelard? No, of course not. An old misunderstanding, over a century old by now. It isn't worth your time, Lord Captain. The convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldier turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me. That is an outrage. I will have the personal vetting procedure changed immediately. The slightest suspicion will be grounds for arrest. Your Lordship, before we proceed with discussing the matters that are of interest to you, there is a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of House von Valancius. I have received no word of her demise. How is it that you are now the rogue traitor? My esteemed predecessor died at the hand of cultists. May the Emperor incinerate their souls. Okay. That seems like the best option, so let's go with that one. The governor frowns and a deep shadow falls over his face. Rogue traitor von Valancius slain. Unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, your lordship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help. Commerce? 85%. I need fresh crew to replace those killed in the attack on the ship, and I need material compensation. Let's go. Succeeded. Ooh, 2 profit factor. Nice. Okay, Governor bows his head in acceptance. Of course, your lordship. You will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see to it personally that your ship's holds are filled with the finest goods from my personal reserves. Nice. Abelard nods in approval and remarks quietly, "Excellent, your lordship. A rogue trader has no use for leniency. I can offer you several thousand fine, obedient servants. However, I'm sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until we've dealt with the insurgency on the planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duly punished for their heretical scheming." Okay, Heinrichs von Carlox, Tech Priest Quartz Crane. Let's go with... Well, we did promise we would talk about this, so maybe let's do this first. Tech Priest Quartz Crane claims you have not been doing enough to ensure the safety of the Adeptus Mechanicus Monastery. With a heavy sigh, the governor wearily covers his face with his hand. Of course he does. That Tech Priest is very insistent. I ordered a squad to be dispatched to the Holy Cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. They haven't been heard from yet, I'm afraid. This is all I can do under the present circumstances. I don't have a single soldier to spare here in the capital. Okay. I wish to commend the courage of one of your officers, Sergeant Malgar. He and his soldiers valiantly defend the starport. The sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration. Heinrich von Carlox, an interrogator of the Most Holy Inquisition, is operating in your system. Do you know where he is? I do. Master von Carlox has left for the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium. It's an ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what his objectives are. Needless to say, insurgent activity has been observed in the monastery's vicinity, but I suppose that's too petty of a problem for an agent of the Most Holy Inquisition. Besides, I've already sent a small detachment of reinforcements there. The weapon the insurgents were using to shoot down shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Now nothing is preventing you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find Master von Carlox, you should go to the cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Notes of anxiety creep into the voice that rattles from Pascal's vox. On behalf of the priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Hanuman, am officially initiating my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relic and assure myself that it is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against lay people and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that an ordained Magos should provide his assistance. I categorically object. The governor clenches his fist. As much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnissiah's servants. We have lost many eminent tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in that same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city's defense forces. Adina and Pascal glare at each other, their unyielding gazes like crossed swords. You have picked an interesting time to quarrel with a servant of the Omnissiah governor, or I'm not going with 3, not sure about 4, so it's 1 or 2. This Magos is part of my retinue. You have no right to give him orders. I guess we're going 2. You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I would bet my life that no... The governor's voice dies down in the low growl of a drilling mechadendrite. Its tip is directed straight at the bridge of his nose. Medina clears his throat, grumbles stubbornly. So this is the negotiation technique you have resorted to. Do you think this is the first time I have been threatened with a weapon? No, but this could be your last. Pascal's voice is akin to the sound produced by his drilling implement, steady and calm but ready to explode at a moment's notice, with the crunching of bone and the squelching of tearing flesh. I am heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? The governor mutters through gritted teeth, abundantly so, Magos. I think I'm going to say nothing and I won't interfere. Your lordship, I trust you will grant me a place aboard your shuttle. The Adeptus Mechanicus will be grateful for your cooperation. As compensation for your consideration of my request, I, Magos Hanuman, officially undertake to accompany you in the Rykad system in the role of bodyguard and to protect you at all costs until your life functions cease, but only within the limits of the Rykad system. You're Hanuman? Glad you're alive. The governor raises his eyebrow and stares at the tech priest in surprise but refrains from further commentary. Pascal, what is so special about the Cenobium and the relic? What is in there that has drawn the attention of an interrogator of the Inquisition? I've never been there before, but I would presume that the sacred relic of the reactor is capable of great destruction should it end up in heretic hands. The fury of the freed machine spirits once released from the sacred circuit will destroy everything around them. The degree of damage inflicted may render the world of Rykad Minoris uninhabitable. Heresy must be purged from those blessed halls. I declare any desecrator who defiles the relic's power a Category 3 blasphemer deserving of immediate execution. I wish to know more about the monastery. Why not shell the monastery? Let's go with 1 for now. The Cenobium has been run by the Adeptus Mechanicus ever since the colony was founded. The sacred reactor guarded by its priests powers the entire planet. I can say no more. It is a forbidden place that even I have only been allowed to visit once before. What has perplexed you about my companion's name? According to the reports we received, Logis Abel Hanuman set off for the hallowed electrodynamic Cenobium a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you're safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master Van Calox. Pascal's vox rasps in confusion. My name is Pascal Hanuman, not Abel. I know nothing about such a person. What do you know about this Abel, Governor? I've never met him in person. That esteemed Logis supervised the work of Rykad Minoris's Lex mechanics for many years. However, he rarely left his cyber chapel, and I never had the honor of making his acquaintance. A true anchorite. Why did he fly to the monastery? That seems suspicious. When a Logis of the Adeptus Mechanicus wants to go somewhere, we don't ask why, your lordship. Where can I get more information on this individual? I would have suggested that you inspect the esteemed Logis' sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We recovered several data crypts and connected them to the cogitators at the command post. They might provide you with some information. It is amazing that a mechanical voice from a Vox can sound so confused. That name might have been used as a signal intelligible only to its intended recipient. In that case, its bearer might be Archmagos Armanat, initiating an investigation and data collection procedure. A recognized master of a technological or scientific discipline within the cult mechanicus. Okay. Dira tenses up and listens, then turns around sharply to face Pascal. I can hear my friend's snide whispers through the door. Be careful on your search, Magos. If you stare into a shattered mirror for too long, you might see yourself in it. In every shard at once. Mending it is that much more of a tainted affair than the new reflection is deathlike. I see. Glad to be of service, your lordship. My kinsman, Kunrad Voitvir von Valancius, has betrayed our dynasty and the Imperium. If he is hiding in this system, I want him handed over to me. Voitvir is a traitor? Why, any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two. Naturally, we will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However, we have a cogitator here at the command center. It's connected to a data crypt from Logis Abel's sanctum. It aggregated all the Lex mechanic reports. Unfortunately, the access prayer for it is unknown to me. If you manage to convince the stubborn machine, you might learn something about Kunrad's movements. I'd hazard he fled from you on a ship, not on a pair of wings. Okay, so I guess we can go back to talking about the insurrection. Are you so confident that you will crush the insurrection soon? My own impression has been the exact opposite. Is that so? I'd like to hear your reason. My reasoning? One would have to be blind not to see all the signs of cultist activity. Have you ever had to deal with such a threat before, Governor Medina? I have, so do not waste my time with requests to prove the obvious because I speak from experience. The insurgency is headed by a certain Aurora, a prophet who, according to their followers, possesses mystical powers. The insurgents talk of a final dawn, the impending demise of the world. Okay. Let's go 2. The rabble's usual superstitions. I'm sure this Aurora is a charlatan, muttering some doggerel, which their dim followers think to be magic spells. This does, of course, warrant their eventual burning in the furnace of penance, but it does not point to there being anything special about this insurgency. The insurgents talk of a final dawn, the impending demise of the world. Yet another superstition. Surely you don't expect me to believe in it. My reasoning? One would have to be blind not to see all the signs of cultist activity. Have you ever had to deal with such a threat before, Governor Medina? I have, so do not waste my time with requests to prove the obvious because I speak from experience. The governor's eyes darken, but your unwavering gaze makes him grin. Alright, perhaps I've underestimated the mutiny, writing it off as the rabble's usual nonsense. However, if it does involve corruption and an underground cult, this needs to be investigated. I'll assign additional resources to it and take the issue seriously. You have my word, your lordship. That is all I wanted to discuss. Okay. long talk. Let's go back to the cogitator. Yeah. Okay, so we now have the Logus's private archive. So let's have a look at that. I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it, shackled in stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harness of their vows. I am registering an impulsive change. I surmise a potential influence on the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the cycle can be discontinued. The revelation granted by the Omnicide to Logus Abel in the course of his data meditation has been recorded verbatim. Logus Abel is seeking an audience with the venerable Dar Impulse 6, who may assist in interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the Governor's Palace for a shuttle flight to the electrodynamic Cenobium. A message has also been sent to the Furibunda system. The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize the words. The voice from the Vox is soft and pensive, barely audible over the static noise. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Furibunda system. It was me, Omnisire. Grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery. Okay. Very interesting. Let's save it here. Let's talk to the tech priest. Do you know anything about the tech priest Abel Hanuman? Unit Quartz Crane has had no previous communications with Unit Abel Hanuman. The memory sector contains other data related to this query. Various resources and data storage devices of interest have been extracted by the standing army of Rykad Minoris for preservation purposes. The command center currently hosts a cogitator that was used by Unit Abel Hanuman. Appeal to the cogitator spirits for further information, which I've already done. Show me your arsenal. Mazor pattern bolt pistol. Let's pick this up. We only need 200 points. Reputation points to hit level 2. How about we do that? Ship components. Mechanicus creations. Ship components. Here we go. Alright. Medkit, plasma pistol. Accept. Okay. $3,000. Do want to try and pick everything up if I can. But I think
The world is full of colors
we
I've never seen before.
will head back to the void ship, save it here for a sec. Now that we've taken out the cannon, we can return to the void ship directly, or we can exit to the upper way. But I think we'll go to the void ship because we have some injuries that we need taken care of that are really hampering our combat ability. So let's return to the void ship.
Constance recited.
Okay. Rykad Majoris. Points of interest detected. Unidentified void ship. Interesting. I already explored it, but the void ship, an unidentified void ship has turned up. That's interesting. Let's see. Okay, so there's the electrodynamic Cenobium, starport, and then the bunker. So the bunker goes directly into the governor's command center. Save it here. Let's go to the bridge. hopefully there's no ship quest or whatever, or event to deal with. Because this episode is already getting quite long. Okay. Yes, our injuries have cleared up and we can do level ups, but I think this is a good place to stop, and we'll deal with the level ups in the next episode, and we'll also go through our inventory to try and use the new gear that we picked up, and then I was originally going to go and finish off the rest of the starport and the upper way, but I might go and visit that new unidentified void ship first, and then come back here and finish off all the stuff we have to do before heading over to the Cenobium. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.